And we are live. What's good, my people? Good evening. It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Welcome back to EMGM Sports. It's that Thursday evening. We are live. What's good, my people? Good Catch up. It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Welcome back to EMGM Sports. Sorry about that. I don't know what that echo was about there. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? I'm just gonna wait for a few people to jump on the live, then we're gonna get started. I wanna catch up on some boxing from this week. We're gonna talk Conor, Benn, and any other boxing business and anything else. One sec, let me just check. Apologies for the delay. I was actually meant to come on earlier, but we're gonna get it done anyway. How's everyone? If you can hear me, let me know. Let me know if the sound is good. Let me know. Let me know if the sound is okay. Conor, Benn, Eubank Jr., the rematch. When's that actually taking place? Let me check. Conor, Benn, Eubank Jr. rematch. November the 15th. Okay, November the 15th. I'll be real. I actually didn't want to see the rematch between these two guys. I feel like what we watched in the first fight, that was enough. I wanted both guys to kind of go their separate ways and have other fights, but it's boxing. Money talks, man. Money talks. Let me know in the comments as well if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know, my people. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to come on the live, then we can do our thing. What's everyone saying, though? Thursday evening. How's everyone, man? Obviously, I want to touch on a bit on the Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. They had a press conference yesterday, so I'm gonna rewatch it a bit, like the exciting parts of the press conference. We're gonna rewatch it, and then we're gonna talk more about it as well, about that fight. Me personally, I didn't want to see that fight. I did not want to see the rematch. I'm not really interested in a rematch, but like I said, money talks, money talks. So it looks like it's happening. The interesting thing about this fight, the rematch between these two guys, is the rehydration clause. I'm hearing Chris Eubank Jr. is not gonna abide by the rehydration clause. Chris Eubank Jr. doesn't care about it. He does not care about the rehydration clause. So I'm guessing he's gonna take another fine. He's gonna have to pay another fine. And that's one thing Eubank Jr. did in the first fight. And he paid a lot of fines. He paid a fine for using the sauna suit, filming himself cutting weight. He paid a fine for that. He paid another fine for slapping Conor Benn with an egg. They took a lot of money from Chris Eubank Jr., you know, in the first fight. The British Boxing Board of Control, they're pricks, man. Absolute pricks. As if these boxers don't work hard enough and you're taking more money out of their pockets. Crazy. Let me know though, my people, in the comments if there's anything else that you want to talk about tonight. The last live that I did, it was on the last live was on Tuesday, I believe. That was good. That was good. That was really good. That was good. It was about an hour, around about an hour and a half. A lot of people came on, engaging and everything, so that was good. But let me know in the comments if you're watching. Don't forget to hit the likes, hit the like button, hit that, share the link, drop your comments as well. Hold on. I'm gonna share my screen in a minute. I'm just gonna watch the some of the highlights of the Conor Benn versus Eubank, the first press conference for this rematch. Drop your comments as well, my people. Drop a comment. Let me know what else you want to talk about as well tonight. We can discuss. I'm here for about an hour, so we can talk about any boxing news, anything that you want to talk about, any questions you got for me. Just, yeah, slap it in the comments. Slap the comments, slap the questions in the comments, drop it, and then I'll answer. I'm happy to answer any question anyway. But yeah, I'm not even gonna waste no more time. Let's just get in. Let's watch this first press conference from Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. Let's watch some of the highlights, man. I'm gonna share my screen with you in a minute. I'm just gonna share my screen. So let's watch this first press conference anyway. Let's go. Let's hear what these guys had to say.
From Eubank Jr. Conor Benn in April are Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn in November.
You know, Conor Benn, he put on a great fight. He went out there and he did what I did not expect him to do. But, you know, I'm going to tell you right here and now, you ain't no champ. And you most definitely ain't no people's champ, so get that out of your head. You keep letting Eddie Hearn blow smoke up your ass and you're going to end up being even more of an embarrassment than he is. These men are not men of the people. They are pretending. They're pretending to be the good guys. Wolves in sheep's clothing, if you will. They will do anything they can. They will screw over anybody they can. They will cut any corners. They will break any rules they can to try and get ahead. Ruthless, immoral, and without restraint. These men are. They did everything they could to try and destroy me in this last fight.
I've never heard so much waffle
it's okay.
in all my life.
You're going to hear a lot more.
No, but I was, you know,
you're going to hear
Chris.
a lot more. Now,
let me carry on playing that.
After the fight, due to severe dehydration, I'm put in an ambulance and I have to go to hospital. I was actually so dehydrated that one of the toenails on my big toe fell off. It actually fell off.
What? His toenail on his big toe fell off. Oh yeah, Chris Eubank Jr., man. This guy, he cracks me up, man.
I'm back about halfway now, but anyway. I'm in this ambulance.
Jesus, not a toenail.
I'm in the ambulance.
Oi, why does Eddie Hearn always get involved, man? Eddie Hearn, bruv. Let the fighters do the talking, man. Why is Eddie Hearn inserting himself in the middle? Like Chris Eubank Jr. is talking, Eddie Hearn is there yawning, bruv. Just let the fighters talk, man. I don't like these promoters, yeah. Like I shout Eddie Hearn. Listen, I like Eddie Hearn. I like what he's done for boxing and everything like that. But sometimes he can be a right prick, man. Seriously, man.
And
You still got it?
these scumbags blocked that ambulance from leaving the stadium for 20 minutes.
By the way, this is an intrigue. I'll keep going because this is all being noted because
20
it's
minutes.
absolute waffle.
20 minutes.
Waffle.
Locked in.
Waffle.
See, why is Eddie Hearn keep interrupting that? There's absolutely no need for that. Absolutely no need for Eddie Hearn to keep interrupting Eubank Jr. there.
I'm laying there in a gurney, oxygen mask on, and the car cannot move. They will not open the gates to let us leave.
Right.
Sorry, who won't open the gates?
Now, if this was a serious injury that I had sustained, that 20 minutes...
Chris, I want to know who wouldn't open the gates. It's important.
That 20 minutes
You can't answer that, can
could
you?
have been the difference between life and death.
You talk you do.
And while this was all happening, Conor, Benn and Eddie Hearn are in here talking to the media, lying about how I had a broken jaw and that was the reason why I was going to hospital.
Oh yeah, that was the rumors though. Rumors were after the first fight between Benn and Eubank Jr. I did read that Eubank Jr. broke his jaw. Had a broken jaw, so that's why he went to the hospital. Obviously, it must be Matchroom Eddie Hearn trying to put a narrative out there that as if Conor Benn did some serious damage to Chris Eubank Jr. But obviously, Eubank right now is just correcting everything and saying that, yo, nah, I didn't have a broken jaw. It was actually something wrong with his toe or something. So Eubank Jr. is just correcting everything right now.
Artists of the highest degree.
Chris, can we get one thing clear? Can you just confirm that you are accusing us?
I am
Matchroom?
Or yes.
Okay, say it.
You guys
Say
blocked
it.
me from
Say
getting
it.
out.
Say it.
You know, because
Matchroom.
Who else
Okay.
would have been?
Go on, say it.
Why was
Say
I?
it.
Why was I in an ambulance? For
Say
20
that
minutes?
Matchroom
Why was
stops
I
you from
in-
going to the hospital.
Why was I what? So you can try and sue me with your little lawyer?
Not at all. Don't worry about that. I
Okay.
think you're talking about the
Stop
wrong guy.
interrupting me. You're not
Say
even supposed to be up here.
it. Say it.
These are the levels.
Hey, Eubank, I think Eubank, don't fall for the bait, bro. Eubank, do not fall for the bait, bro. They're trying to sue you. They're trying to take your money, Chris. Do not fall for the bait. That's what Eddie Hearn is telling him to say. Say Matchroom, because he knows if he says that and they can prove that that's wrong, then obviously Chris Eubank Jr. can get sued.
You talk.
These are the levels.
We stopped you from going because your toenail was falling
that
off.
these people
Heard it
go
all
to.
now.
Eddie, the last time you were up here, you were talking about how famous and popular you were, even more famous than me.
No, that's impossible. You're the people's champ.
What? But you said it.
No, you are.
said you're
You're
even
getting
more
stopped
famous
by
than me.
grannies and children who are throwing themselves at you like.
I'm sorry, is Chris Eubank Jr. fighting Conor Benn or is he fighting Eddie Hearn? Because so far, Eddie Hearn is just interrupting. He's just being a bloody prick, man. Let's be real. Oh, man, these promoters, man.
You're the Pope. It's incredible.
that's absolutely-
And even with half a toenail.
But
I can't believe it.
the fact
But
of
that's
the matter
interesting.
is-
The fact is,
the fact
you
of the matter
telling us
is-
we stopped your ambulance from
You
going to the
are
hospital.
A glorified desk jockey.
Desk jockey.
That's what you are.
Okay, that's interesting.
Living off of the back of.
Listen up, Lycra lady, and you, pipe guy, everybody. Meet Ionos. It uses clever AI to build you a super smart website in no time. And you can use many tools to start growing your business. Nice, nice, nice? Yes, I thought so. Try it, darlings. Ionos, your digital partner.
When does the game really begin? It's not luck, it's precision. Bluff, strike, go all in. If you love the fight, you'll love the game. Best hands win. with PokerStars and DAZN.
Hard-working fighters. That's what you
Yeah, of
are.
course.
So the fact that you can sit
listen.
here talking about how popular and
care about
famous
how
you
popular.
are,
What I don't want to have
it
is
just
someone
shows you the
lying
level-
about what happened on the
it just
night
shows
to
you
try
the
and gain
level.
more.
Oi, can Eddie Hearn just shut up? What's wrong with Eddie Hearn, man? Chris Eubank Jr. is there to fight Conor Benn. Why is Eddie Hearn, man, behaving like a spoiled little brat, man? Come on, man. What's wrong with Eddie Hearn? Seriously, I like Eddie Hearn. I ain't got no beef for Eddie Hearn, yeah? He's a good guy. But he's getting on my nerve in this press conference so far, man. He's making it all about himself. He's meant to be Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. And so far, we're 5 minutes in, and he's Chris Eubank Jr. versus Eddie Hearn. Just shut up, man.
Popularity
Ego and
about your
narcissism
weight
we're
cut,
dealing with
about
there.
all the you want to
I
come
don't
out
need to
with.
make anything
You're
up.
playing
It's
the
all
victim.
documented.
You're playing
It's
the
all
victim,
documented. I'm not
and we
the
see
victim.
through you.
I won the fight.
Well done. We give
There's
you
no
the
victim
respect.
here. I won the fight.
But don't
Against
worry,
all
you
odds.
accuse us of stopping the
Against
ambulance to going from the
everything that
hospital.
you guys
We'll
tried
see.
to do.
We'll see.
Did I underestimate him? I did. I genuinely thought I'd knock him out 3-4 rounds on my heart. Well, Chris, shut up, mate. That's what I genuinely believed. So I underestimated him, but he gave me one hell of a fight, and it was one hell of a fight. And I'm excited for next time round, to be honest, mate.
Well, let's hear from...
This was the first time
After Chris.
in my life that I've ever seen a fighter lose and then go on some type of victory tour, this guy.
You know what, yeah? Chris Eubank Jr. does make a good point there, man. Like, Conor Benn lost the fight, but then afterwards, the way he was behaving, going around, he went on a tour, he went to America, doing all these chat shows, doing all these interviews. You would have thought that it was Conor Benn that won the fight, but he lost. Yeah, crazy. Like, so Chris Eubank Jr. has got a point there. He's got a good point.
No, there was
This
no
guy
victory.
was
There
going
was
to
no, there was no,
events,
there was no
he was
victory.
doing
So
interviews,
listen, we
he was
were
buying cars.
Chris,
By the way, my people, whoever's watching the live right now, drop a comment. If the sound is good, let me know in the comments as well. Drop a comment. Let me know what you want to talk about today as well. We're covering I'm just reacting to the Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn press conference. Yeah, if you got anything else to say or any other topics, any other boxing news that you want me to cover tonight, just let me know in the comments, my people. Let's talk about it.
no, that was your car that you gave me. That was the 500 grand for your unprofessionalism that gave me
it
that
was.
car.
You flew over to America, you're taking pictures of people. Oh, I'm so grateful for the love and the support
blessed.
fans are
I'm
showing
blessed.
me. You're going on like you won.
Do you want me to
you do understand you lost,
finish?
right?
Do you want me to finish?
He had all 10 toenails.
You do understand you lost, right? I mean,
I was
illusion
ready.
of
But
this
listen,
guy.
Chris. The reality is, while you were sipping food for a straw, I was back in the gym after the fight, ready for September 20th. Why was you not ready? We was locked in September 20th. So if you want to talk about a little tour, I was training. Meanwhile, what were you doing?
I was living.
So that rematch was already locked in from a long time ago then. The rematch between Conor Benn and Eubank Jr. You know what I was thinking? Because it was such a great fight, both fighters took a lot of damage as well. He took a lot out of both fighters. I just thought, you know what, no need for a rematch. You gave us a great fight. It was a great moment for British boxing. Just leave it there. That's it. We don't want to see any more in it, but they already had a rematch locked in. And it was meant to be in September, but obviously it's been delayed until November. So, yeah, me personally, I didn't want the rematch to happen. I thought we'd seen enough from the first fight, but I guess there's too much money on the table for both men to walk away.
Life, my friend.
Exactly. So what you just said, stupid. What you just said, stupid.
You were ready.
Listen. I don't care. Ultimately, we fight November 15th, mate. And November 15th. It was supposed to be September 20th, but your unprofessionalism and your unprofessional team weren't ready.
I don't need to fight you when you want to fight. You lost. I don't need you.
No,
It wasn't when he wanted to
It's
fight.
not when I wanted. It's when everybody wanted. When Turk Al-Sheikh wanted. When the whole team had agreed and arranged for the fight to happen. You know what happens when you have an agreement? Do you know what happens? You know when you sign a contract? Do you know what that is?
I didn't sign a contract.
Do you know what that
to
is?
fight you on
Do you know what that
September
is?
20th. I
Do you know what that
signed to
is?
rematch you. I didn't sign.
Do you know what that
for a date.
is?
So
Do you know what
the
an
date
agreement
now,
is?
The date is perfect.
But do you know what an agreement is? Do you understand?
No, I don't know.
By the way, if you're watching as well, let me know in the comments who you think is going to win the fight. Drop down in the comments who you think is going to win this rematch. Chris Eubank Jr. or Conor Benn. Drop it in the comments, my people.
Agreement is, what is it?
Well, you're an idiot, that's why.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, well, certainly a special message from His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh, who says that Eddie Hearn is more popular than Chris Eubank Jr. because he has his own Netflix documentary.
That's good news. Chris can watch that tonight. 6 episodes.
Yeah. We all know about that, how you're postering me all over your trailers.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that doesn't deserve to be here and you're using me in all your trailers. For
I know.
It's okay.
You made me a lot of money in that documentary.
One thing you're not going to do is promote that.
One thing was amazing, that we got the People's Champ.
So
You got 6 episodes, 5 hours of working where you
how many episodes?
can pull your plonker off in
Still
Brighton all night to that. You'll be loving
a
it.
scumbag promoter that uses other fighters.
Yeah, blocks ambulances,
to propel yourself into the limelight.
loses toenails,
You're so
everything.
famous.
Alright, Eubank Jr. and Eddie Hearn, man, they're going at it, man. I don't know what's happening. Like, there's something happened between these two guys because it seems like there's no love lost between them. Eddie Hearn is going hard at Chris Eubank Jr. Eubank Jr. is throwing it back as well. Do you know what I mean? He's not letting Eddie Hearn bully him. He's not letting it become the Eddie Hearn show. But yeah, man, I don't know what happened between these two guys, but there seems to be like a lot of bad blood. I don't know if they're just trying to sell the fight, but yeah, Eddie Hearn. Yeah, I don't like the way Eddie Hearn is behaving in this press conference. To be honest, he's kind of made it all about himself. He's meant to be about the fighters, but he just wants to be the center of attention, I guess.
You talk more than your fighters do. Look at you.
That's my job.
Conor hasn't said a word.
He don't want to say it because he's bored listening to you about Robert Smith moaning like a baby as the mask slips.
I'm talking.
Jamie, over to you. I'm talking. Be quiet.
You
shut your mouth down there.
And nobody wants to hear you talk. No one wants to hear
Netflix.
about
It's
you.
out now. Enjoy the episodes. Thank you.
No one's going to watch it, mate. Good luck.
Thank you.
Chris put up a good fight, but to me, that was Conor at his worst. He was winging punches in, throwing them left, right, not even thinking about what he was doing. Everything that we practiced for the 12 weeks of training, he didn't do one thing. Absolutely one thing. And he had him hurt so many times, but yet he kept on showing all the punches that he was going to throw. And I thought to myself, mate, that wasn't even a real Conor. But I'm glad that
Is it me or does Nigel Benn sound a bit bitter? He's coming across a bit bitter. Mate, your son lost, man. Like, now you're trying to tell us that was the weakest Conor. He wasn't even doing the right things. How is that? What's that got to do with Eubank Jr.? That's not Eubank Jr.'s fault. That's your son's fault for not executing the game plan. You can't blame down Chris Eubank Jr., mate.
done 12 rounds
just sounds bitter.
with a middleweight. And the funny thing about it, we all keep saying that we made him struggling with the weight, but Chris is IBO middleweight champion. He fights at 160 all the time. The last 4 fights have been at 160. So why are we all saying...
Not with a rehydration clause, though.
Struggling at the weight. But you understand...
Ben, he didn't miss the rehydration clause. He missed his 160 weight. Why are you even up here, bruv? I don't even know why you're up here.
Conor.
No, but I genuinely don't know why you're sitting up here.
What are you famous for?
I don't know why you're sitting up here. It ain't about that, bruv. I don't know why you're
what are you famous for?
Ben, not the time.
Yeah, well, you know what it is. It's just like, all we got to do, wait for November the 15th, mate, and we see the real Conor. Not running away, not lunging the punches in, taking his time, doing the best that I know that he can do. This wasn't the real Conor. And that's why I'm happy that he done 12 hard rounds, and yet he had him wobbling about 3 or 4 times, but didn't know how to finish him, because the occasion got to him, and he went in there. What got in Conor's head, he kept on saying, I'm going to take his head off, I'm going to take his head off. If he'd have said, like, you know what, yeah, I'm going to box him, he didn't. He went in there thinking, I'm going to take his head off. And that reminded me the same when he fought the French guy, Payard. Just want to go in and take his head off. Winging the punches in, I thought, oh my gosh, he's not going to win this. But I didn't come away like, you know, upset. I just cuddled my son.
Right now, it's a Bueno prize first, and you could win.
Didn't say a word. Didn't say a word. And the funny thing about it, the next day we went in the sauna because Conor's been giving me grief. He said, mate, if you took care of business, I wouldn't have to do this. So then we got in the shower. I've got to tell you this joke. We got in the shower and I left the door open. And he started
Sauna, Dad.
Sauna. He said, and he said, mate, why are you leaving the door open for? And he's really moaning at me. I said, shut up, you loser. but we both burst out laughing because at the end of the day, we know that this.
It was a little bit too soon, Dad. It was like day after the fight.
Yeah, I know, but
Who you guys got winning though? Let me know in the comments. Who you guys got winning? Let me know. Let me know in the comments, my people. I think personally, I think Chris Eubank Jr. takes it again. On point. He might even stop Conor this time, but I think Chris Eubank Jr. takes it on point again.
Yeah. You said if I'd done the job, you wouldn't have to do it. And you lost. Now you've got to go and put the record straight, mate.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, don't worry, mate. I'm going to keep reminding you that until you get that victory.
How do you beat Chris Eubank Jr.?
Less greed. You know, when I had him hurt in there, I mean, he's going to say I didn't have him hurt. When I thought I had him hurt, you know, I was just too greedy in there, looking for the headshots. Game plan went out the window as soon as I hit him in the third round. It was a matter of, it felt like I was always one punch away from closing the show. And I was looking for that one punch, you know, and yeah, he looked vulnerable in there. He looked vulnerable. So at some stages he looked old, and you know, I was too busy going in there trying to hurt him over getting the wins.
What makes you laugh, Chris, when you hear that?
Old and vulnerable, and this old man's talking about he wobbled me 4 or 5 times.
Well, you just got to watch it. You just got to watch the fight. You just got to watch the fight. At no stage did you hurt me in there.
The delusion of these guys.
Well, just watch it. It's not delusion if you can physically see it, Chris.
It's breathtaking. It really is. You know, yes, you caught me with a few shots. Was I out on my feet?
Mate, you was in hospital for 3 days sipping food for a straw. That's what you were doing. So stop all this silly talk.
When
you was in hospital, I was in the gym.
Severe dehydration. You have to be treated.
Okay. How much did you weigh then? Listen, that's what you guys agreed. That's what you guys agreed. You guys agreed the 10-pound rehydration. We said, well, regardless was agreed with your team are idiots then, didn't they? Because that's what they agreed. You see, my team had my best interest at heart. They obviously done yours, because if that's done that much damage, you'd bring it up now. Why not bring it now?
Yeah, you know what, yeah? I do kind of agree with Conor Benn there, what he's saying. Like, Chris Eubank Jr., it's in the contract. You agree to the rehydration clause. Well, you have to live with it, innit? You can't then complain after the fight. You know, you agree to it. You sign the contract because you're greedy, you want money. Well, you made the money, innit? You made the money, now you just have to... You have to live with it, bro. There's no point keep complaining about it when you sign the contract. So, listen, I'm not a big Conor fan. I'm not a Conor Benn fan. I don't like the way he behaves and other things that's happened in the past with him. But on that point about Chris Eubank and the rehydration clause, he did agree to. He signed the contract. So, shut up and stop complaining, really. I agree with Conor Benn on that.
You wanted to talk about it. It wasn't even a topic of discussion, Chris.
I'm not here to talk about it.
Well, exactly. So then stop moaning about it.
Please.
That's you guys.
Stop moaning about it.
You guys moan about it.
We're good. We're good.
I'm here to fight.
We ain't moaned about it once. All we hear is you moaning, Chris.
I haven't moaned about it.
I feel flattered that you brought a new trainer in. I feel flattered that you brought Bomac in. Because I know you need it. And he's a great coach. You're a great coach, Bomac. And I've got love for you, mate. But you can't polish a turd. Apologies.
Okay, a fight that truly sells itself. The demand through the roof already. Tickets on general sale tomorrow. Set your reminders at ticketmaster.co.uk as we bring the fighters. Hold on to your hats. Face to face once again, Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn.
All right, that's it. That was it, man. Chris Eubank Jr., Conor Benn, the press conference. I was just reacting to it quickly. But what do you guys say? What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the of Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr., man? The whole press conference. There was a lot of fireworks on there, you know. A lot of bad blood. It looks like it's going to be a very interesting rematch, you know? We might even get a crazier fight than the first one. The first one was just I don't know how you beat the first one. I don't know how you beat that first fight between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. because it was just epic. He had everything. He had absolutely everything. You had Chris Eubank Sr. before the fight. Him and his son wasn't in speaking terms. Eubank Sr. he called his son a disgrace. He said, "You're a disgrace. I'm never going to be in your corner." And, you know, everyone was like, yo, we'd really like to see Eubank Sr. on there. You know, walk out with his son. It will be epic. So that element of surprise as well, you know, that mystery in the first fight got all the fans excited. And when that elevator door opened up and we saw Chris Eubank Sr. come out of the lift, yeah, that was for me personally, yeah, as far as I've been watching boxing, yeah, that was probably one of the most iconic moments in British boxing history. You know, I mean that. And I've been watching boxing for a very long time. Yeah, that was epic. That was epic. In terms of like the rematch, like I said already, I don't think I don't want to see the rematch. I didn't want to see the rematch simply because I thought the first fight was so good. We saw everything in that first fight anyway. So for me personally, I'm like, I don't want to see a rematch. It's pointless. It's pointless. But there's gonna be a rematch. It's happening November the 15th. Tickets are available now, and I think Eubank Jr. is gonna win again on points. Obviously, Conor Benn's gonna make some adjustments. He's gonna make some adjustments. He's gonna be a bit more patient with his approach, you know. Conor Benn's gonna be very patient with his approach. He's not gonna try and rush it. If he does get Eubank Jr. in trouble, if he lands some hard punches and he wobbles Chris Eubank Jr. a bit, I don't think he's gonna rush it. I think he's gonna take his time. He's gonna take his time and box his way in and try and finish the job. But I still think Eubank Jr. is gonna win. That's just my opinion on how I view things. But let me know, who do you think is gonna win the rematch between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr.? I've got Chris Eubank Jr. I just think overall he's the better boxer. Obviously, he's the bigger man as well, so I'm going with him. But yeah, that's it. That's me done on the Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. I just reacted to the I was just reacting to the press conference, which is very feisty as well, you know. Eddie Hearn going back and forth with Chris Eubank Jr. I'll be honest, I didn't like that from Eddie Hearn, you know. I didn't like that. I felt like Eddie Hearn was being a right prick in that press conference. He made it all about himself, you know. Listen, if you're a promoter, yeah, look, just promote the fight, man. But when it comes to like press conferences and all that, let the fighters do the talking, innit? Let them lot go back and forth. Like, I don't mind a bit of verbal between the fighters, but when the promoters like getting involved and Eddie Hearn is, yeah, for me, not for me, mate. It feels like to me, the promoter is just trying to make it all about himself, you know. Promoter is just Eddie Hearn was trying to make that whole press conference all about himself. It's like he hijacked it. You know what I mean? Yeah, crazy. You know, I just hope in another press conference, please don't do that again. Please, do not do that again, Eddie Hearn. Please, man. You're just mashing up the whole thing. All right, let me check here. So, any other news? Let's see. The Ring magazine. the Ring Magazine, they've just released their latest super middleweight rankings. Hold on, let me share my screen with you so you can see as well. What else? So Ring Magazine, let's just see that. Yeah, so the Ring Magazine have just released their latest super middleweight rankings, and no surprise, Terence Bud Crawford is now ranked number 1 with the Ring Magazine at the super middleweight division. It makes sense, innit? Is anyone surprised by that? It makes sense, innit? Crawford did beat Canelo. Crawford is the undisputed champion at super middleweight, so it makes sense. He's the champion. He's the number 1 guy. For me right now, Terence Bud Crawford is, without a shadow of a doubt, the pound for pound best fighter in the world. Without a shadow of a doubt, he is the best fighter in the world right now. Terence Bud Crawford. If anyone disagrees with me, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments, my people. Does anyone disagree with Terence Bud Crawford being the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world right now? Because I am seeing that a lot, though. I am seeing online a lot of people saying that, oh, Crawford was running all night. He didn't want to engage. Mate, you're crazy, man. Go watch the tape back. Go watch it. You're gonna see that Terence Crawford was punching with Canelo, mate. He was swinging with Canelo, absolutely. No, there was no point in time in that fight last weekend did I see Terence Bud Crawford running away. His footwork was absolutely fantastic, but there was never a point where Terence Bud Crawford was running away. Never. There's a lot of bitter Canelo fans out there who are trying to make excuses for Canelo. Just admit it, your fighter lost, your guy lost, he was outboxed, outclassed on the night. Just admit it, you know? So, number 1 ranked, obviously, you got Bud Crawford. He's the champ, undisputed. You got Canelo Alvarez, number 1. Iglesias, number 2. Christian Mbili, number 3. Yeah, Christian Mbili is a good fighter. He's a solid fighter, man. Christian Mbili is solid. I like Christian Mbili. Lester Martinez at number 4. You got Pacheco there. Diego Pacheco, number 5. Armando Resendez, number 6. Caleb Plant, number 7. Okay. Hamza Shiraz ranked at number 8. That's interesting. Hamza Shiraz ranked number 8. Bruno Soros, number 9. William Skull, number 10. Yeah, William Skull, man. What? Listen, William Skull, man, when he fought Canelo, he did not come in to fight at all. You know, he did not want no part of Canelo at all. Like, I feel like William Skull, yeah, if he actually engaged with Canelo, he could have had more success. But he just didn't want to fight. He didn't want to engage, which is a shame. But then you saw what Crawford did when he did meet Canelo in the middle of the ring. He was swinging. He was absolutely swinging. Let me see what other stories are there. Let's go. Another story I saw as well is, what else is making the news there? 17. I see a lot of people talking about boxing versus MMA. A lot a lot of the guys from the MMA world, and I've seen a lot of commentary from the MMA world, like they're hating on boxing. They were saying that the fight between Crawford and Canelo was boring, etc., etc. They're trying to say that MMA is a better sport, everything like that. Listen, man, for me personally, right now, if you ask me which sport is bigger, MMA or boxing, boxing's bigger right now. Boxing is on top right now. And I'm somebody that I love both sports. Like I've had a few fights in MMA, obviously at a very lower level. And also I've had a fight in boxing as well. I train boxing and I love both sports, but I'm just gonna keep it real. Boxing right now is by far ahead of MMA. MMA's died down ever since Conor McGregor left. When Conor McGregor was on top of the game, like at his peak, at his absolute peak, yeah, boxing was on top. Sorry, MMA was on top. But right now, I say in the last 3-4 years, yeah, boxing's just made a steady comeback and is on top now. Boxing is on top now. But being someone that's practiced both boxing and MMA, MMA is way more difficult, man. MMA is very challenging. Like, there's too many disciplines in MMA. You know, there's just too many disciplines. There's too much that you have to learn. When I was doing MMA, well, I still train now, but my main focus was mostly on grappling, jiu-jitsu. That was mostly my thing, grappling. I wasn't really on striking. You know, I wasn't really practicing my striking a lot. I got that when I came into boxing. So whenever I had an MMA fight, I really struggled with striking. So if I was to meet a striker, I would be in trouble. So that's why I had to quickly take them down and try and submit them. All right, let me just share my screen. Let's see what else is making the news. What we got here? Inside area. Who's next for Canelo Alvarez following his defeat to Terence Bud Crawford? I actually made a video about this. I did make a video. I did say, for me, for Canelo Alvarez, I'll retire. I said it. I think Canelo should retire. Let me know in the comments as well. What do you think? Do you think Canelo should retire? Let me know in the comments. Write it down if you think Canelo should retire or carry on. I think he should retire simply because if it's not a rematch against Crawford, then who does he really fight? Who does he really fight? There's no big fight. There's no other big fights out there for Canelo unless he moves up to 175 and fights David Benavidez. Because there's a bit of bad blood between them that could kind of motivate Canelo, rejuvenate him, whatever, yeah, to really get back in the gym, train hard, yeah, lock in, be focused, yeah, to fight David Benavidez. That's the only fight. Any other guys out there, I just feel like Canelo's been such a big superstar over the last 10 years. He's been in some of the biggest fights. He's earned a lot of money. He's an all-time great, man. Canelo's up there with some of the greatest fighters of all time. However, I think it's time to retire because I just feel like physically he's not able to do some of the things he was doing 3-4 years ago. You know, even though it's 35, some fighters come into their prime around about 30, 35, like they're in their prime, like. But Canelo's been in some wars, the wear and tear on his body as well. Yeah, it's too much, man. It's too much. It's too much. What I don't want to see is Canelo just stay in boxing, hang around for no reason, like for the sake of just hanging around, you know? There's absolutely no need for Canelo to do that. For me, he's made a lot of money. Just go ahead and retire. Enjoy your retirement money. You'll be good. He's good. Just some of the fighters that are being mentioned for Canelo was suggested for Canelo to fight. Let's just read out some of the names here. Who they got? Crawford rematch. already said if there's a Crawford rematch, that's probably, you know, Canelo should take that, but I don't think there'll be a rematch, man. Because what Crawford did to Canelo in the first fight, I just don't see what adjustments Canelo can make that will change the outcome of the fight in a rematch, if you get what I mean. So for me personally, I wouldn't fight Crawford. Another name being mentioned, David Benavidez, and I said this as well. I said this on my in one of the videos that I dropped when I said I called for Canelo to retire because he's got nothing left to prove. I said just retire. But like I said, David Benavidez, that's a fight that would motivate Canelo. Hamza Shiraz, that's another name being suggested, Hamza Shiraz. But like I said, again, one of the videos that I dropped, I said, I think Hamza Shiraz has got a different journey, you know? He's got to make his own pathway. I don't think Canelo benefits anything for fighting Hamza Shiraz. In fact, Hamza Shiraz benefits more because Canelo is a big name. If he beats Canelo, he gets a big name on his resume. But for Canelo, there's no point. There's no point. Unless Turki Al-Sheikh throws the bag at him, throws him another 100 million to fight Hamza Shiraz. But there won't be 100 million on the table to fight Hamza Shiraz, would they? I don't think so. I think Hamza Shiraz, in fact, I think Hamza Shiraz might actually fight Terence Bud Crawford next. Turki Al-Sheikh might just set that up. Turki Al-Sheikh might just set up Hamza Shiraz versus Terence Bud Crawford. Because Hamza Shiraz, he's the golden boy for Rhea season. They love him out there. You know, they love him. They're lining him up for a world title. So do not be surprised if we see Hamza Shiraz fighting Terence Bud Crawford next. Do I think he can beat Crawford? No, I don't think so. Because Hamza Shiraz, when I've seen him against boxers, fighters that you know really got the skills and they're really about that life, Hamza Shiraz, he struggles. When I watched him against Carlos Adames, he struggled. He lost that fight. You know what I mean? Carlos Adames exposed a lot of limitations of Hamza Shiraz. We saw a lot of his flaws on display. He really struggled with movement that Carlos Adames was displaying in that fight. And he was lucky to get a draw. He was lucky. Hamza Shiraz was bloody lucky to get a draw. In fact, for me, Carlos Adames got robbed. He got robbed. He clearly won that fight, man. But because the fight was in Saudi, Rhea season card, Hamza Shiraz is the golden child. Yeah, they had to give him the win. They had to save face, innit? They couldn't afford for him to lose his undefeated. Yeah, they couldn't afford for him to lose that undefeated tag. You know what I mean? They were trying to protect that. They had to protect that at all costs. So they gave it a draw, but it was never a draw for me. Keeping it real. What other news in there? Harlem Eubank, forget him, man. Harlem Eubank, he's terrible. I watched one of his fights. He was terrible, man. Triple G looking to make a return. Please don't. Triple G Golovkin is thinking about a comeback. How old is he? What, 45 or whatever? Nah, please don't. I really hope Triple G doesn't make a comeback. I think he's done enough, man. He achieved everything, man. Just leave it alone, man. Great fighter on his day, man. Solid. What's the other news? Obviously, we heard at the weekend, Sunday, it was Sunday midday here in the UK, Ricky Hatton British boxing legend, man. Passed away, RIP to him. Condolences goes out to his family and friends. Yeah, sad, man. Ricky Hatton, he was a savage, man. I still remember his fight against Floyd Money Mayweather when they went out to Vegas. Like, he took around 50,000 fans, man. Like, at a weigh-in press conference, it was packed. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. And Ricky Hatton can do that. Ricky Hatton can do that. Yeah, RIP, sad. 46 years of age, so young. Died way too soon, man. Way too soon. He still had so much to give. I think I saw him, like, he was coaching as well, doing some punditry work. It's sad, when you lose legends of the sport so young as well. 46 years old. RIP to Ricky Hatton. Legend. He will be forever remembered. What other news is there? Chris Eubank Jr. Who's he got? He's reunited with Bomac. He's reunited with Bomac. Yeah, that's serious business, isn't it? Bomac right now is the best boxing coach in the world right now. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. But for me, Bomac is right now. He's the best boxing trainer in the world right now, man. The guy is just unbelievable, man. A lot of boxing fans give credit to the fighters, but we have to look at the coaches as well. What Bomac has achieved, no other coach has ever achieved it. Undisputed coach in 3 different weight classes, man, with Terence Bud Crawford, man. You can't deny him that. Bomac, I'm sure, is gonna get Chris Eubank Jr. in great shape. Getting ready for that, for the Conor Benn fight. One thing about Bomac as well, why he's gonna get that defense of Eubank Jr. a bit more tighter. He was getting hit a lot against Conor Benn in the first fight. I think Bomac will fix that up. Eubank Jr. is gonna box a bit more smarter on the inside. He's gonna use that jab very effectively. And you know what? With Bomac in Chris Eubank Jr.'s corner, you can see I can see a knockout, He can get a knockout against Conor Benn. Because the last time Chris Eubank Jr. and Bomac linked up, it was against Liam Smith, yeah. Liam Smith. When Eubank fought Liam Smith in a rematch, he had Bomac in his corner. And we saw how well he performed that night. He stopped Liam Smith. Absolutely outboxed him. Now, the current boxing pound-for-pound list. The top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world, boxing. Okay, what they got here? Let me see what some people have got. I've got my list. Currently, I've got Terence Bud Crawford on top. Let's see what some people have got here. Okay. A lot of the fans got Crawford on top. Yeah, Crawford right now, like I said it myself, Crawford right now, 100%. He's definitely pound for pound #1 boxer in the world right now, without a shadow of a doubt. Usyk #2. See, I agree with this list here. I agree with this. Crawford #1, Usyk #2, and Inoue #3. Ooh, Inoue #3. No, for my pound for pound top 5 list, I've got, instead of Inoue, I know Inoue is a great fight. Listen, Inoue is absolutely fantastic, yeah. But I've got at #3, I have to have Joe Pataya in there. I put Joe Pataya in there, Bivol, then Inoue. But I've got Joe Pataya in my top 5. I'll go him #3. Let's look at some of what the other fans are saying as well. Crawford is #1 for everyone. Usyk is #2. Some people go him down as #3. Yeah, Crawford, like, I can just see, look. You can see on the screen yourself. you can just see on the screen yourself. Everyone's got Crawford as number 1. That's unanimous across the board. Everyone's got Crawford at number 1. And of course, he has to be in it. He's the undisputed champion, made history, the first male boxer to be undisputed champion in 3 weight classes. So yeah, Crawford deserves that number 1 spot. Where would you rank? Let me know in the comments as well. During the live or after the live, let me know in the comments as well. Do you have Terence Bud Crawford as your number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world right now? And if you don't, tell me why you don't have him as the number 1. Because the majority, I'm like, mate, we're talking 95% of the boxing fans, they've got Terence Bud Crawford as the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world right now. I can see someone's got Usyk as number 1. Listen, if you got Usyk as your number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, I wouldn't begrudge you for it either. I won't have no beef with you. You know, I won't have no beef with you whatsoever if you got Usyk. Because Usyk is a phenomenal fighter as well. Undisputed at the cruiserweight division. Undisputed at the heavyweight division. Now imagine Usyk was to drop down to light heavy. Lose some weight, drop down to light heavy and becomes undisputed at the light heavyweight division. That would be 3 weight classes for Usyk as well. He will match Terence Bud Crawford. Yeah, that would be crazy, man. Yeah, my people, it looks like that is it, man. Yeah, man. I just wanted to do this live tonight to just react to the Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn rematch, the press conference. Yeah, reacted to that. Very interesting. It was getting very feisty. Eddie Hearn and Chris Eubank Jr. going at it. But yeah, overall, it's been a good week for boxing since last weekend. Boxing is at the top right now. I know there's a lot of MMA guys that are hating on boxing and everything like that, but nah, man, boxing is on top. I love MMA. I've practiced MMA. I still train MMA right now, but I have to give it to boxing, man. Boxing is at the top right now. My people, let me know in the comments if you're watching right now or if you watch this live, the replay or whatever later. Let me know in the comments what you think of the rematch between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. Who do you think is going to win that? Who's your current pound-for-pound male boxer in the world right now? I've got Terence Bud Crawford. Let me know your top 5, your ranking. Let me know in the comments as well. Yeah, any other business, let me know as well. We can talk about it next Thursday. I'll be back on another live next week, Thursday. We'll do another live and we can talk about, just to catch up on the weekly boxing, the stories, what's happening in boxing, whatever, etc. MMA, combat, any other sports we can talk about. It's just a weekly, once a week on I'm doing it twice a week on a Tuesday evening, 11 p.m. and Thursday, 11 p.m. as well. So what I'll do, I'll drop a notification on the community post so that you're aware of what times I'm going to come on the live and everything like that. So you can get involved as well, ask your questions, and yeah, man, I'll try and answer to the best of my ability. But thank you so much to everyone who tuned in tonight. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to smash the likes, drop your comments. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. You're really going to help us to grow. My goal is to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of September. So by the end of this month, I want to hit 3,000 subscribers. I think I need around about 120 subs or something like that. Yeah, I need around about 125 subs. 125 subs to hit 3,000 subs. So you can help me get there so much quicker. Yeah, share the links, like I always say, for every video. You know, share the links with your family and friends, your enemies, whatever. You know, if they love boxing, just share with them. This is the best channel for boxing with me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. But like I said, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, my people. I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.